let's start with the mild crap. Ilhan Omar. She's in big shit. And she's looking like she knows that she's in big shit. Now, I have no insider information. I read the news, I aggregate as much information as I can, and I come to the best conclusions that I can based on the information out there. I am now thoroughly convinced, in my humble opinion, she did in fact commit immigration fraud by marrying her brother to bring her brother over here. I'm so convinced about it. And what is convincing me more than the evidence which we've already had, which is, there's some documentary evidence which everyone can question. We've had a broad denial, pun intended. Yeah, that's not bad. We've had a broad and ambiguous denial from Ilhan Omar, not categoric, not definitive, not on point. And right now we are having what I'm referring to as a Darvo meltdown of a panic attack trying to cloak itself as best it can as a strong definitive denial, which we never see. This is her running away from answering the question, and just look at her demeanor. I'm going to play it without commentating, and I am not a body language expert, but I consider myself to be damn good at reading people. You don't spend 13 years practicing law and incidentally avoiding ethics complaints and avoiding legal issues and avoiding problems with clients and or opposing counsel. You don't spend 13 years doing that without being a reasonably good judge of character and judge of demeanor. And you get burnt every now and again off a very, very bad client. And my goodness, did I have a couple? And you learn from your mistakes. You say, why didn't I trust my gut when I said that man looks like a batshit lunatic crazy person? And you develop your radar and you develop your red flags. And I actually put up a video way back in the day, like 5 indicators as to a bad client, because they typically have similarities. I'll maybe republish that. Watch Ilhan Omar run from the question and watch as she answers. And you tell me what you notice in the chat. And I'm going to tell you my observations after I play it without opening my big fat trap for 27 seconds. Let's see if I can do it. Can I do it?
Congresswoman, can I ask you your response to Tom Homan saying you're under investigation for immigration, possible immigration violations? Just any response you have to what he's saying in the public.
I have a response because I don't know what they'll be investigating.
So you don't think they would find anything?
Absolutely not.
Why do you think they keep bringing this up in the media?
They're sick.
Congresswoman, can I ask you?
I did it. What do you notice, by the way? I don't want to poison the well. Sorry, I saw one comment that said she's porking out. We do not make fun of people who gain weight. She might be pregnant. You never know. What do you notice? You took too long. Absolute no eye contact. I was going to make. She won't. There you go. She won't look at him. Now, I was going to make some maybe more offensive analogies as to guilt in other living beings, but I'll just go with children. If you've ever had a child, and you know when your children are lying, and they're idiots for not knowing that when they're lying, they avoid eye contact. I mean, as do house pets when they shit or piss in the house and they know they shouldn't have. And you're like, who did that? If you have 2 dogs and you ask which one did it, who did that? The one who did it will look away. The one who didn't will look at you. Look at
response to Tom Homan saying you're.
So who said no? I don't want to know. I think that's.
Can I ask you your response to Tom Homan saying you're under investigation?
I think that's right. No.
For immigration?
No, you may not.
Possible immigration violations? Just any response you have to what he's saying in the public.
I have a response because I don't know what they'll be investigating.
She's looking at an elevator door. She's looking at an elevator door like she's allergic to the face and the question that is being asked of her. Now she's looking up. When is this elevator coming? I've been here 3 seconds and I'm freaking out.
So you don't think...
Now, in fairness, maybe she doesn't know who this guy is and she's a little scared. Maybe. Or maybe she's just a pathological liar who cannot look the man in the eyes while answering that specific direct question. Now look at this.
They would find anything?
Absolutely not.
Look at her. Looking to that. Absolutely not. I don't. And then, what? Why doesn't she know? Because I don't even know what they're going to ask me. It's like, no, I can't deny it. Absolutely not. And I can't deny the accusations because I don't even know what they're going to ask me. I don't know what they're going to investigate.
Why do you think they keep bringing this up in the media?
They're sick.
They're sick.
Congresswoman.
So that's a demeanor, at least as far as I'm concerned, of someone who is thoroughly cooked and knows that they're cooked. And then, like some people say, perpetually trying to make herself the victim is another element of this. We talk about it all the time. Darvo, narcissistic, whatever you want to call it, the dark triad. They got to make themselves the victim in this. They're sick. They're coming after me. It's not the fact that, how many times has she been married to begin with? Nothing wrong with that. I mean, people get married. How many times has Ilhan Omar been married? 3 times. I mean, I'd say I'm not judging anybody because, someone's like, oh, Donald Trump's been married. How old is she? How old is Ilhan Omar? She's 43 years old and she's been married 3 times. That's wild. I mean, that's amazing. How has she been married 3 times? Why was she married 3 times? Hey, she might not have even married her brother for immigration fraud. She might have just married anybody, the dude, for immigration fraud. And there's a presumption of immigration fraud if you marry somebody within a certain proximate temporal time frame of moving into a country. But look at this. Ilhan Omar making herself the victim again. The president's creepy obsession. By the way, this is also dirty and insidious. When you're a woman, you can easily invoke these types of, the president's he's practically stalking me. I'm just a young, attractive woman. I think everyone's attracted to me. And if anybody picks on me, if anybody accuses me or asks me questions, I get to say that they're big bad men. And I find them scary and creepy. His creepy obsession with me is deeply unhealthy. Trump falls back on the same tired bigotry. Are you suggesting, Ilhan, that it's a stereotype of Somalis to marry their brothers? I don't see anything bigoted in it. I mean, first of all, there's plenty of people who commit immigration fraud, plenty of people who commit marriage fraud. Is she suggesting that it's a trope of the Somali community that they marry siblings or that they marry relatives? I can think of a few communities that are polar opposite of Somalis where people make those same types of jokes. Trump falls back on the same tired bigotry to distract from his obvious failures. His recycled xenophobia won't intimidate me or silence me in the fight for the people of Minnesota's 5th District. I think some people might be asking right now, Ilhan, who are those people of the 5th District? Now, but let's get to that article because the article is kind of interesting. I mean, the Guardian is shit. Some people don't use the word propaganda properly because they think that anything they don't like is propaganda. Propaganda has a specific meaning. It's pushing a political narrative in an organized campaign type manner, but in an inaccurate, politically biased manner. The Guardian is propaganda. Am I going to support this crap? Hells to the bells, no. An unhealthy and creepy obsession. Ilhan Omar on Trump's attacks. The Zen-like U.S. representative, that's propaganda. We just saw a video of her. She ain't Zen. She makes me look Zen by comparison, and I ain't Zen. Zen-like. She looked like a deer in the headlights, trying to get the hell out of there as fast as she could. Zen my ass. Propaganda. This is political framing, persuasion. Understand it, identify it, and don't get duped by it. The Zen-like U.S. representative from Minnesota has had the highest level of death threats of any congressperson because of the president's attacks. I mean, what is it, a competition now? First of all, I'm not sure I believe it. I'm sure she gets, I believe that she gets some. She get more than Marjorie Taylor Greene? Does she get more than Donald Trump? More than Don Trump Jr.? I mean, idiots. Like, oh, we're playing oppression Olympics, and I ain't believing what you're playing. So yeah, I believe they get threats. They all do. Does she get more than Marjorie Taylor Greene? I'd be surprised. More than Kristi Noem? More than J.D. Vance? No, but they're the victims. And they're the victims because of the scrutiny of others. So don't scrutinize them. I'm not going into this entire thing. This is her 3rd husband? Do they tell us? Ilhan Omar. I don't really want to go into it. The bottom line is there seems to be some prima facie evidence that she in fact married her brother for the purposes of immigration fraud. And there might be other evidence that she lied. And that might, be grounds for denaturalizing. You can't lie when you apply. Now, whether or not it's going to be, this is going to be abused by the conservatives to go after ideological adversaries to abusively denaturalize these naturalized citizens. What do you think the Democrats are going to do when they come into power? Don't think I haven't thought about it. But once you identify the tactics, there's an old expression in law, if they're crying, they're lying. And typically people say if she's crying, she's lying. But I can tell you how many men I've seen cry, tear up, feign that type of victimhood when they're having their asses handed to them in a deposition, in an examination, discovery, whatever you want to call it, interrogation. If they're crying, they're lying. And if they're trying to be the perpetual victims, they're trying to hide something.